This is Drop Tent Media Network.
The old saying goes, if you don't work, you don't eat. Well, there's a new saying for the new generation. You either grind or starve. Established in 2015, Grind or Starve Apparel has become the premier fashion brand for today's hustlers, entrepreneurs, and CEOs in the making. The online store provides groundbreaking styles and innovative designs for today's go-getters, proving that you can grind and look good at the same time. Grind or Starve has several collections to choose from. The new G.O.A.T luxury, designer, location apparel, rep your city to the fullest, fitness, barber edition, stylist edition, and baker's edition. Go to GOSapparel.com the next time you need a hoodie, polo, G-shirts, bags, all made with the best quality materials. Grind or Starve. The choice is yours. Go to GOSapparel.com. High IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. What's going on, bro?
I'm gonna go for like a quadruple double.
Welcome to another edition of High IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. I'm Brian Isley. That's Raymond Byrd. Neil's in the house, and we are in the midst of the 2024 NBA playoffs. I know I'm excited. I know Ray's excited. I know Neil's excited. And as we speak, the Cavaliers are playing the Magic right now on ESPN, but we'll get into that matchup a little later. First quarter, y'all know how it goes. We treat this like a game, 4 quarters, 4 topics in the OT. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Let's start with the East, Boston and Miami matching up. They play tomorrow at 1 o'clock on ABC. Boston's a 1 seed. Miami's the 8 seed. Jimmy Butler is out. How you feel about that now?
Yo, if Jimmy was there, it would be a scary series for Boston. Because you saw even in that playing game, right? Miami's without Jimmy. You expect them to probably lose and tuck it in like, yo, we ain't got a chance. We ain't got Jimmy. We out of here. They blow him out. Yeah, that's just who they are. That's just what they bring to the table as a team.
That's why I think it's still scary.
They're going to fight, but I think the discrepancy in what the talent is so wide. It was wide anyway with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
It's super wide now.
I agree with that.
Like Boston's got so much. Tatum can struggle. Jalen can struggle, and they should still win going away. You know what I mean? I think if Jimmy was there, it would be a dog fight.
Talent-wise, it's no question. It's not even it's definitely 1-8, especially now with Jimmy out. But Miami's pedigree, man, it's just they just fight. They they just throw haymakers and hope them shits land, and a lot of times they do, especially this time. Around this time, they turn into something different. Now, you still should have Boston winning, and you still should have Boston winning comfortably. But I just don't know. I got a feeling that this shit may go longer than expected.
It's 4-0 or a gentleman's sweep.
Wow,
that's what we got.
They're getting swept
or 4-1 at best. I think it's going to be a bunch of blowouts.
All the praise we just gave their doggedness and pedigree.
Their lead dog. They don't have their lead dog.
They still got their lead dog. Their lead dog is Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra.
Pat ain't playing and Eric ain't playing. You got to have Jimmy. Jimmy can make it interesting. Jimmy can get them a squeeze steal a game in Boston.
Yeah.
Next thing you get back to Miami, they take it. Next thing you know, it's 2-2.
Yeah.
Now it's a 3-game series. I don't think that's going to be the case now. I think
4-1. You think they get smoked? 4-1.
I think we've been robbed. Could have been a good series because Miami built like that.
I think we've been robbed too. Jimmy is Jimmy, and when Jimmy playoff Jimmy, he's playoff Jimmy for a reason. He turns into something else.
He ruled out for the entire series.
He ruled out for several weeks. So yeah, torn meniscus.
He finished that game too.
He a dog.
He finished that game on that torn meniscus.
He a dog. Like at the end of the first quarter, sideline reporter asked Spo, "What happened to Jimmy?" I don't know. I don't know, but he back in there. Like, damn. Yeah. He said, did you see the tweet that he sent?
Nah.
Jimmy sent? He said he and Kelly Oubre got to throw hands.
Kelly ain't do nothing. What is he talking about? That was a legit basketball
He
play.
said, he said, fuck that. He said they got to throw. He tore his meniscus. We got to throw hands when I get right.
Yo, as Jimmy turned into one of those, we throw out that injury prone. Jimmy's injury prone, right? Jimmy only going to play about 50, 60 games.
That's all he plays.
That's crazy. And it's not like they are overly talented team. Like they got a big three where you can afford him. He's their star. He's their lone star. And he gives you 50, 60 games. That's crazy. Why they find themselves in a play-in game.
Yeah, every year.
Because he only plays X amount of games. And he never has a disclosed injury. It's just, Jimmy ain't playing today. He gonna play tomorrow.
Jimmy not playing. Yeah. And it's not even like he's a superstar. He's a star. That turns into a superstar.
When it's time to turn into a superstar.
Which is what we ask of all these stars. When it's time to be a superstar, be a superstar. And Jimmy is a prime example of that. I will give him kudos for that. He ups the ante when it's time to up the ante.
Facts.
I definitely got salute. But damn, I hate that he hurt. And they definitely, chances are it's gonna get smoked. They're gonna get smoked. It's gonna be a rout. But I can see them just fighting their way. And Boston still turns the ball over. Boston's still loose with the rock. It can be one or two games max where they slip up and be content with what's going on and wind up giving up a game or two.
4-0-4-1.
Okay, I dig it. I understand. I totally understand. And I just want to see a good series. I want to see a good series in all these series. Staying in the East, got another scary matchup. Well, the real scary matchup, Sixers-Knicks. Embiid is the best player on the floor, bro.
I mean, Embiid, is he healthy?
Wait a second. Before we get into the matchup, I saw your post on Facebook. You usually don't, make little play-by-play commentary. You usually stay to yourself because you don't want to get in the mix and start arguing with people and all that. I respect your restraint in a lot of ways. You refrain from a lot of that stuff. Me, I'm in the mix at all times. I want to smoke with all you motherfuckers because y'all don't know shit about hoop. But I digress.
I digress.
You said Embiid had bad body language and it's time to let him go, time to trade him. You standing on that?
That crybaby shit. It get old after a while.
Was it? Let me ask you. What was it? Was it just a knee-jerk reaction to what you saw on the floor, and have you changed your mind since then, or are you standing on that?
They win the game, so you like, let's move on. Maybe it doesn't happen again. But every year, don't it happen where we get in these pivotal games? That was a pivotal game. That's a winner. Or you got to fight to play Boston. You had a legit opportunity where you get the Knicks, a team that you're on par with, and you can you can pave a path to the conference finals finally, right?
Yeah.
Successful year, right?
Right.
Go out here and get this thing done. Like his body language was, I'm ready to throw in the towel. Like we can't win. I'm ready to give up. Batum came out there ready to fight. You know what I mean? And you're the leader. And I know you say just because you're the best player, you don't have to be the leader. And I agree.
All the time.
But your game should always talk as the best player. Your game should always lead. You ain't got to be the one giving a speech and all that, but your game should lead. And his game, the way his body language was, everybody had it because he had it. Batum came off the bench, start sparking, knocking them things down. Next thing you know, it's a ball game. Then energy's in the building. You get the crowd booing y'all because they saw it. It's not like they were, overreacting. The crowd saw y'all not fighting. You go out there, you diving on the floor, getting into it.
Yeah.
Philly gonna rock with you.
They booed them multiple times during that game, and they won.
But they had a reason to it. It wasn't a knee-jerk reaction, as you say. Y'all weren't giving it to us. And it was because of him. He was leading that charge of that lack of energy, not getting after it, not understanding what that moment meant.
So you're saying this is just his makeup. You're not saying, yo,
He does it a lot.
maybe he's coming off an injury, maybe he's lackadaisical, maybe because he's unsure of himself,
I understand he's
confidence-wise.
coming off an injury. I'm fine with that. I'm
Okay.
fine with you struggling. People had bad games. We both hooped. Some days I can't miss, and there's days when I can't make a shot.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's basketball, right?
Yeah.
But the energy to go out there and just, I'm getting after it. You know what I mean? I'm leading from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
He don't do it. Go back to Game 7 against Boston last year. It was close. It was a dogfight. And then all of a sudden, he let go of the rope. Your leader let go of the rope. You know what I mean? Once he let go of the rope, all right, everybody follow suit.
But Harden never grabbed the rope.
Listen, this is your lead dog. This is your Harden. I mean, I know people was upset. Well, he did his job. He got you 2 games last year. Your superstar supposed to bring that thing home. He let go of the rope. And he does it. He has a history of doing that. When they get hard and things ain't going your way, that's when superstars show up.
Yeah, word.
He don't.
Or at least empty the clip.
Empty the clip. This play ball. I'm fine with 5 for 20. You ain't have it today. It happens. Give me the energy.
Yeah. If you go 5 for 20, I'm gonna say if you're the lead dog, you should have went 5 for 30.
Like
Empty
Kobe
the clip.
struggled Game 7 against Boston in those finals.
6 for 24.
The energy wasn't, his energy was, I want to win. He was taking horrible shots, and he was part of the reason why it was as close as it was. But it wasn't from a lack of energy. Like Kobe wanted it.
I'm not going to let you just commit blasphemy on this show. Don't do that shit.
Facts.
We're not doing that.
I'm giving him credit. Like, he wanted it. Kobe wanted to win that game. He was invested in us figuring out how to win.
No,
this
that's
game.
why he got those 15 boards, because he wanted to win.
Right.
The game.
That's what you do, right? Superstar. I'm struggling on this aspect of my game, but I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. And B, don't do that. My shot ain't falling. I ain't playing well. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, that shit whack. Well, I mean, shit.
I got him winning the series though.
With all that said,
I think with all the injuries that the Knicks have, I think the Sixers are better. They're a better team. They don't have a matchup for Embiid
at all.
Maxey, they have the pieces. I love the thing that Nick Nurse, the biggest thing I took away from that playing game was Nick Nurse had enough nuts to sit Tobias. Tobias is making almost $40 million a year. I sat him to put the guy Batum coming off the bench and plays limited minutes.
That's something Ty Lue would have done.
Yeah, that's coaching. That's what coaches do. You know what I mean? I'm not playing the money. I'm playing to win.
Darvin Ham wouldn't do that shit.
Darvin, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm just saying, you keeping it a buck, and I appreciate that. I'm keeping it a buck as well. Good coaches make good, timely adjustments. That's what makes them good coaches and ultimately makes them champions. That's why Nick Nurse has a ring.
Empty the clip, right?
Empty the clip. Exhaust all options.
Zone, man to man, you try
everything, no stone unturned. You make sure everything was exhausted, and then you can say, I did everything I could to get this win. Right. When you don't do that, that's when the criticism comes in. You don't get criticized if you lose, and we all know you gave a valiant effort and you try everything within your power to win. When you don't do that, and like you said, with Embiid pouting and crying and all that shit with that Caitlin Clark body language.
There you go. There you go.
We not keeping it a buck. I'm just saying. But we're going to continue in the East. Bucks versus Pacers.
I have no reason. I have to take the Bucks. Right? I don't have no reason to take the Bucks, but I picked them.
You gotta stand on business.
Yeah, I'm standing on them. I'm taking the Bucks.
Don't be surprised if they get ousted in the first round, which is wow. And then Cavaliers, Magic.
Tough series. I would say Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
is Moncaro the best player?
Who knows?
In that series?
I was thinking about that. He a Dookie. I'm a Duke fan. So yeah, I'm rooting for young boy to get that thing done. I think it's a tough series. And you know what's crazy is, like, say Cleveland gets knocked off, right? And you go into the offseason trying to figure, what do you add? You have everything. You have a good player.
It just ain't enough.
Every position.
It's not enough.
I don't know why it's not enough, but they have a good player at every position. I don't know what you go out and get to improve. But I'm going to take Orlando.
when you line up against another team, chances are the other team has the best player. That's why it's not enough.
Donovan Mitchell is a great player.
He's a great player.
Proven playoff
but
performer.
there's about is he top 10?
He ain't top 10.
Is he top 15?
Yo, I've seen him drop 50 a month.
Is he top 15?
I like Donovan.
See, he won't answer the question, which leads me to believe he may not be top 15. But here's my point, though. Here's my point. That's half of the league. So if you matching up with the other
half the league,
30 teams in the league.
You talking about in regards to having the best player on the
floor? Yeah. So
more
times or at least half of the time, and probably more times than not.
Two of those guys on the team. 2 top 15 guys on the same team.
All right, then. So they don't have enough. That's just least.
I don't know what you go get. If I'm Cleveland, you're kind of stuck. You have a good player at every position. I don't know who do you get rid of you can't improve.
You can't
unless you go. You want to go get a superstar?
Who
do you move?
That's the messed up part. You can improve, but you gotta improve, or you gonna stay where you are.
Right.
And you gonna go home. We got to head into the second quarter. The second quarter is the West. And we're going to start off with the most intriguing matchup.
The Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West. This is crazy. Lakers, 7th seed again. 3rd time in 4 years. We are the 7th seed.
They had a good year, man.
They had a very good year.
47 wins. Second half of the season, they had the best record in the league.
Bron and AD played over 70 games. It's a good year. It's just that the West was so crazy.
I think they had other injuries. Bron and AD were healthy, but the other pieces were in and out the lineup.
We ain't never got two things that match. No peanut butter, no jelly. Like, damn, bro. Like, you had Vanderbilt out for a while. Vincent
been out pretty much the entire year. Like, he probably played like 10 games.
But he's back when it counts. Hopefully he can have a reminiscent performance of when he was in Miami last year.
Miami superpower shit. And that shit don't travel.
You leave that shit in South Beach?
You leave that shit in South Beach.
Damn. That's unfortunate. But, the Lakers are matching up against Denver. Apparently, everybody wants to build this as the Lakers' arch nemesis now. First of all, let me ask you: Is it a rivalry? The Lakers did beat them in 2020.
It's not a
the Nuggets beat them last year, 2023.
What's crazy that 2020 and last year they didn't feel like they were related to me. They didn't feel like, when you got a rivalry like Golden State and Cavs, it was annual. It was something there. This don't feel like a rivalry.
Why? Because it was spaced out.
It was spaced out, and ain't no bad blood. I mean, they talked a little shit, but they ain't really got no villains on the team. Their villain was the coach.
Mike Malone talked the most shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like Brian. He liked Joker. He thinks he's a great player. He took after the series was over. He signed Murray's brother or little brother's jersey. Like,
I don't like
bad
that
blood.
Shit. I don't like that.
Ain't no negative energy there. We don't like. I don't fucking like. KCP is over there. He was a Laker.
I don't care. He ain't a Laker now. Listen, we done with the 90s, but we need that part back.
It ain't there. These ain't no rivalries in the league. Like, I don't see no. You got one. Clippers, Lakers. That would be that.
And
that
they
would
ain't
be
even really like that.
That would be something.
Because
they would tap in.
They don't match up though. They never match up when it matters.
They on two different sides. If it were to happen, they met in the conference finals, that would be something.
And that would be highly viewed. That would be the highest rated conference finals in a very long time.
But in that particular series, damn, man, I think the Lakers do got a chance. I don't think this is your typical 2-7.
Lakers in 7.
I think they got a chance, but it's a lot of things they got to go. D-Lo has to hoop. He has to be D-Lo. He's been all year. He can't be the dude that played in the playoffs last year.
He had to play defense.
I agree with what a lot of people said. This was, in regards to if you're going to beat Denver for the Lakers, you needed to get them right now. First round, Bron healthy, AD healthy, fresh. This is your best chance at getting them if you're going to get them. It's still that monster in the room, Joker. Like, what do you do there?
Not a goddamn thing. You can't do nothing. You can't do anything. So you gotta we had a
Lakers
conversation.
don't have a big though. It's not like you have a Dwight Howard to say, all right, I'm gonna throw you out there, you guard
He
him,
available.
and we'll live. He's not available. You can't be on power model time pulling up with leprechauns and shit, and you're not available no more.
He pulled up with what?
Did he pull up with a leprechaun on the bull? Ain't that what the bull's accusation was?
No, I don't know.
He pulled up and he had a bull dressed as a leprechaun or something with him.
What?
Wow. Yeah, remember all that joint was going on?
Yeah,
I think it was.
That was in the report.
I think that was the issue. He pulled up. He was supposed to slide. He slid, but he slid with a leprechaun bull with him. Bull dressed. I think that's what it was. I think that's what my man's issue was.
Man, he available. He is 6'10. He's 6'10, 250. He's still got athleticism. He's available, bro.
Unavailable. But that's my problem. They don't have a big to throw at him. They don't. AD is going to have, that's not a matchup for him. He'll be in foul trouble. We need him to be on the floor.
And that's
it's
the
still
problem.
Going to be the matchup is going to be Roy and Brian with AD on the backside.
And that's not. I don't think that's ideal.
They didn't go get a 5. If they'd have got Drummond, there's somebody to throw out there.
Drummond gets smoked.
Whoever is going to get smoked, right? Outside of Embiid, there's nobody matches up with him. Anybody gets smoked. But you need to throw a body out there Embiid for 20, 25 minutes so AD ain't got to deal with him all game.
Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. So with that in mind, who do you got? Because we got to move on to the other matchups.
Fuck it. I'm going with Lakers.
Lakers in 7, bro.
Lakers in 7.
We standing on.
I can't go against my boy.
It's stand on business Saturday. That's what we doing out here. We standing on business. And I got them going all the way to the finals, so I got to have them winning. Suns versus Minnesota Timberwolves.
4-2 Suns.
You hate Ant.
I don't hate Ant. I just don't believe it when y'all be trying to
you on
squint your eyes. Squint your eyes. And you look like Mike.
You on goofy time.
Yeah, I mean, like, yo,
why you hate Ant?
Ant got at teams is evenly matched. Would you agree?
Agreed.
They getting smoked. If Ant is what you say he is, they should win that series.
Hold on, listen. All right, I don't make the Mike comparisons. Can you give me credit on that? I don't make the Mike comparisons. For a lot of the people that do, their response to what you're saying is Mike has been the guy and still gotten smoked.
I agree. I'm just saying it's evenly matched. At the very least, if you think one of the teams is better, it's slightly, right?
Slightly Suns in Suns' favor, yes.
If it's you got the higher seed, you got home court. That should even whatever that little slightly advantage is. You got home court. If Ant is who you say is, that means that he will be the best player on the floor in that series.
He could be exactly who I say
just saying
is
that they have some advantages in that series. They have a better bench. They have things that can go their way. If he is what y'all say he is, he should get it done. And I'm not saying his story is written. Oh, you lose this series, it's over. Mm-hmm. Man, he's young. He's going to have many playoff performances to follow.
Yeah, agreed.
But this is a great opportunity. And we've seen this happen before, right? This year, you're a 3 seed. You had a great regular season. Kings had a great regular season. Kings. And all of a sudden, now they're 8 seed. They ain't the playing game. You could be this. It could be reversed next year. Very easily.
It could be.
It doesn't mean that because you had a great year this year that you are ascending.
Especially since you're the Minnesota Timberwolves. This could be an anomaly. This could be a whole fluke, and you could go right back to being the T-Wolves of old. So next year,
you need to take advantage of this. This is the opportunity.
Just because I have high regard for Ant. I think he's one of the best players in the league, young players especially, and he's my favorite young player outside of Luka. With that being said, he could be as advertised from me. As I advertise him, he could be as advertised and still get smoked and go home.
I think this is an opportunity where you should be able to get out of the first round. This ain't his first growing. This ain't his first playoff run. This ain't his first time getting here. He's not in year one. He's an established NBA player. He's still young, but he's an established player. He's had a playoff performance before. This is a great opportunity for you to get out the first round. And if you are what they say you are and what you claim to be, you should get this done. I think
That's unfair.
Phoenix in 6.
I think that's a little unfair, yo.
I don't
You
think
could
so.
you could be exactly as
in the
advertised
first round,
and lose.
you go home in the first round. You got a home playoff series. You should get that done.
The crazy comparison is Mike, right? Mike was the guy, and he got swept. He got swept in the first round.
When the disparity in talent was wild crazy, and Mike would get busy. The disparity in talent is not wild crazy.
Was Mike head and shoulders above everybody else on the floor?
But the disparity in talent was crazy. Mike would go into playoff series. The playoff series that we're speaking of were 1-8s. This is a 3-6, and you're the 3.
But there's other talent on the floor that trumps. You got Book and you got KD, right?
So we led off with, do you think that talent-wise, the teams are on par?
And I said the Suns are better.
I think they're very close. I think that, star power, I would go with Phoenix, but Bradley Beal has not been Bradley Beal.
Nah.
So star talent, high-end talent, I would go with Phoenix, but top to bottom roster, I would go with Minnesota.
I really hope. He is as advertised. Ant is him.
Going home 4-2. And we ain't talking about you again until next year.
I hope he do everything you ask him to do.
So we
can come in here.
I want Phoenix out.
I know you do.
I want Phoenix out.
Because as much as you hate Ant, you hate KD way more.
I want Phoenix out. I want the Lakers, Minnesota in the second round, so the Lakers can smoke them. We can get to the conference final. I want that, but they're not. They're going home 4-2.
Wow. Okay. I got them winning in 7. We got the Clippers and the Mavs. Their series starts tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. on ABC.
That's probably the best series.
It is the best series.
That's the best series.
And Luka owned these dudes.
And he got Kai now.
Mavs in 6.
Wow, you being disrespectful.
Mavs in 6.
You being wild disrespectful. I'm not going with Mavs in 6. If this is going to get done, it's going to get done in 7. You got Ty Lue over there. Ty Lue, the real deal. Ty Lue's going to make all types of adjustments. I think they're better now. They've met before, and you can make different adjustments where you just throw the house at Luka. You can't throw the house at Luka no more because you got that killer next to him.
You can't.
That's why I'm taking Dallas in 7. But the Clippers are the better team. Top to bottom.
How is one game less disrespectful?
Say it again.
How is one game less? Y'all got them in 6. You got them in 7. How is one game less?
If they get in 6, you talking about they got complete control of the series.
That's not.
That means that they're closing them out at the crib. That means that at some point in time they got to take two straight pivotal games. I think it's going to go back and forth. I think they come out of LA 1-1. They think I come out of Dallas 2-2.
Yeah.
I think they take game 5 and then they lose.
All right, so you think
I think it goes back and forth the entire series.
Nobody wins consecutive games.
No, I think you go back from nobody's gonna have a 3-1 or nothing like 2-0. It's gonna be 2-2, 3-3. You go back to LA and Luka is special and gets it done.
Luka is special. Luka, again, nobody on that LA roster deal with Luka. Luka almost knocked these dudes off single-handedly when he was a super young pup in the bubble, and he's been owning them ever since. He owns the Clippers and he owns the Suns
and the Lakers.
Luka is that is it a chance he gets MVP?
No, it's a chance he gets to the finals though.
It's a chance he gets to the finals, and he got a killer as a number 2. And he healthy. That's the scary part.
That's a great series. It could go either way. I'm taking Dallas, pulling off the upset in LA in game 7.
I don't even consider it an upset.
It is an upset. You going to the crib. Clippers are a little bit better as a team, top to bottom. They got as good a roster as there is in the league.
I understand what you're saying.
But they've been struggling down the stretch.
I'm a historian of basketball. One of the best historians. And in the history of the league, I know one thing. Clips gonna clip. They've been clipping since I was a child. They're going to continue to clip.
Finals 2 years ago, a year, whatever.
The conference finals. They've been around since they were the San Diego Clippers. And you sit here bragging about one conference finals appearance in 50 years.
The Clippers are the better team. I'm going with Luka being special in 7. But it could go either way.
Yeah. All right, cool. The Clippers are the deeper team, better team all around. I get that. Luka is better than everybody else on the floor, and Kai might be number 2.
Nah.
They might have the 2 best players on the floor.
Incorrect.
On any given night, they could have the
On
2 best
any
players
given
on the
night.
floor.
Kawhi could be the best player in the world.
Man, but Kawhi
Stop
got
it.
janky knees.
They said, I forgot they said Kawhi was questionable for game 1.
But he in the Olympics. He on the Olympic team though. What is we doing out here? That's why the Clippers gonna clip, because they do dumb shit.
Listen to what I'm saying. Kawhi is capable of being the best player in the world.
I agree with
seen
that.
them last year when Paul George was out. Remember, Paul George was out for the entire first round on the floor with Book and KD, and he trumped both of them.
I agree. I'm with
Kawhi
you.
is capable of being that dude.
Yo,
when healthy, he is.
Yeah, see, you got to throw that caveat out there.
When healthy in there for everybody.
You got to throw especially for him. The best ability is availability, and he ain't never available.
I'm telling you, that's a toss-up series. I think Clippers are a better team. I'm gonna go with Luka being special in 7, but I don't agree with that. Or best player in the series is Luka. I think healthy, locked in is Kawhi. I think Kawhi's a better player.
You can't be the better player when you got bone on bone knees. You ain't got no ACLs. You can't be the best player out here playing like Malik Rose, looking all crazy. Like, come on, bro. You got to have some kind of ligaments in your knees to be able to play. This guy ain't never available. That's why I'm off Kawhi. I'm off Kawhi and I'm off PG, because PG gonna do PG shit in the playoffs. He ain't playoff P.
Listen,
he preseason P.
Listen. I'm on board with you with Dallas in 7.
Dallas in 6.
Dallas in 7. But it could go the other way very easily. Very easily.
So you're not on board.
I'm that's my pick. Dallas in 7, but I'm not on board with the shit you saying.
You can't do that. You can't be straddling the fence.
I'm not straddling. My pick is Dallas in 7, but I'm not on that goofy shit.
It's not goofy shit. I said Kawhi got bad knees.
I'm saying Kawhi healthy is as good as there is in the league.
Healthy out there,
especially when it comes to playoff time.
You gotta
throw healthy in there for
you ain't
a lot of guys.
Luka. You ain't got to say if healthy
Luka this year too.
But you don't have to lead with that.
Luka missed playoff games.
You don't have to lead with that though.
Listen, health is you have to assume health with everybody in the league.
No, Kawhi, you got to assume health. Kawhi, you got to assume health with Kawhi. Well, Kawhi, is he not healthy? He ain't never healthy. But you got on Olympic. You going to the Olympics. Kai can't go to the Olympics, but Kawhi can.
Right.
It's crazy. Yo, that's wild. All because of a tweet. My boy can't suit up.
Yeah, they bugging. What'd he say? I miss trying out. I miss trying out because I know can't none of them rock with me.
Can't none of them. That's what. Oh, wait a second. This is the most loaded crop of talent, right?
Right.
Can't none of them mess with Kyrie. That's what I'm saying.
You got Halliburton on a roster and you ain't got Kai. That's crazy. I like Halliburton, but he ain't Kai.
Total disrespect, man. I used to think, I still think Kyrie a little off, a little weird at times. But the way they be treating him, they be treating the weird being off, you know what I mean, maybe in the spectrum as being a victim. I mean, a villain. He's not a villain. He's not a bad dude.
The stuff that they really are upset that not getting the COVID shot, I'm fine with all of that shit. That rule was stupid when you could come to New York and play as a visitor, but if you didn't get it as a player on the team, you can't play in it. But you can attend the game on the sideline. So Kai could come to the game. He just wasn't allowed to suit up. Like, that was stupid. I'm fine with that.
Everything about COVID rules concerning basketball was dumb. Remember they had the high school and the college kids wearing masks playing? It was stupid.
Right.
What? How?
Right.
How you gonna even it was just dumb. The whole COVID era was crazy stupid. And looking back on it, I was a little critical of Kyrie. I should probably apologize.
Yeah,
he was right. He was right the whole time.
To make a choice. He made a choice, and that was the end of it. We move on. Like, even if he can't play, like, he made a health choice. Like, I'm not comfortable putting something in my body
now
I don't know about.
Now he the new Zeke. You can't play it on the Olympic team now. That's crazy to me. Last one before we go into halftime. Pelicans OKC.
I think it's a toss up. I'm gonna go.
My God.
I think Zion is Zion healthy? Is he gonna play?
I don't know.
If Zion if that's just a small tweak and he missed the playing game and he's able to come back, I think the Pelicans are tough. That's a tough matchup. I think the Pelicans could win that series. I would go OKC, but that could go 6-7 easy.
OKC in 6. We heading into halftime. This is High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsor. This is halftime, and halftime is sponsored by If You Know, You Know Trivia Games. This is a trivia game created by a great friend of mine and friend to the show, Saquon Gillette. If You Know, You Know is a 90s to 2020s hip-hop and R&B trivia game. Is created by Saquon Gillette. As I said, it's Star Corner Production, Star Corner Games, and it's the game you never knew you needed. Guaranteed to have you singing, dancing, laughing, and reminiscing. You'll probably learn something too in the most fun way ever. It's for ages 13 and up, because with hip-hop we have explicit lyrics. But yeah, If You Know, You Know trivia game. Get it on Amazon and wherever games are sold. That is our halftime sponsor. And we are back. This is High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. We are heading into the third quarter, and the WNBA draft was the highest rated WNBA draft of all time. 2.4 million views. Michael Chase said that's 2.4 million more views than they ever had.
Yeah, I never paid that shit. No mind.
I will tell you this: nobody else really did either, because this is the first WNBA draft where they sold tickets to the event.
Right.
There was no live spectators at any other WNBA draft previously.
I'm not really a draft person anyway. I watch the lottery for the NBA, but you kind of, for the most part, you kind of know where people are going to get drafted.
Except this lottery.
Not in the WNBA joint. I'm talking about in the NBA. Usually in the NBA joint, if Zion's in there, he's the first pick. It's just a matter of who's getting it. That's the intriguing part.
That's the intriguing part.
I'll watch that part, but I don't really watch the drafts.
Yeah. And quick about the NBA, don't nobody care who won the lottery this year.
Nobody can fucking
shit trash. But Caitlin Clark, number 1 overall pick, Indiana Fever. The Fever, when they on the road, the opposing teams have to go to the NBA arenas now.
That's crazy.
We had this conversation about whether the fanfare from the college game will transfer over to the WNBA. You did not believe that. I said, this is the start of it. This is where it's going to begin with this class, specifically Caitlin Clark. And it looks like that's happening. It looks like it's transferring over. Could it be?
It's a buzz right now.
Okay.
Let's let it play. Let's let it play out now. There's a buzz. There's a Caitlin Clark buzz going around right now.
It's a crazy buzz.
What if she struggles? You know what I mean? Now you back at the high school, Joe. Call the Hawks. Chill. We thought we needed that, John. Put us back at that.
But you're not of that mindset, though. You've been on this show and said she could possibly be the best player in the league.
Especially what you said. You said that the talent around her is going to be high end on that particular team. You said you expect them to compete immediately for championships immediately. They're going to be in the mix.
They're going to be in the mix.
That's true, right? Like, I didn't follow the Indiana Fever closely last year. If the talent around her is as high end as you say it is, she's really going to get busy because she's focused.
Aaliyah Boston.
I know Boston.
But they had Alyssa Smith, who was 15 points per game. They had Kelsey Mitchell, who was another 15 points per game. They got Caitlin Clark now, who is 20 to 30 points per game, potentially. They have 4 potential 15 to 20 point scorers in their starting lineup. Now their bench, that's a question mark, but they're very, like you love to say, teams are top heavy. This team is very top heavy, especially on the offensive end. They gonna score in bunches. They gonna be hard to guard. That's why I think they're gonna be in competition. They're gonna be competitive early. Now, mind you, they still have New York. New York is still head and shoulders above everybody on that side. And then you have Connecticut, who still compete. They could possibly go out and try to get to the finals.
And WNBA, is there really size though? When you make the playoffs, isn't everybody just bunched together?
Everybody's bunching by seeding. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That they do it that way because there's not too many teams in the WNBA, so they just say whoever by record seed y'all match up. But it's Vegas, it's New York, it's Connecticut. It's a crapshoot after that.
Right. I mean, I've said, when she gets to the WNBA, she's gonna be surrounded by more talent. And I didn't know the quality of talent that she has on that particular roster. Yeah. If that's all true and they're healthy, what you're not going to be to throw the house at her. She's going to be to come off of screens and catch and shoot, stuff that she's strong at doing now. And she's going to have time to strengthen up, going, working on her left, so on and so forth. But off the top, if she's surrounded around that talent, it's not like you're going to be to pick her up full court. She ain't going to be on the ball like that. Yeah. She's going to be off the ball. She's going to be to catch this ball more in her kill spots where she's more comfortable getting the bucket at. I think she has tremendous success off the top. In regards to packing out NBA stadiums and all that stuff, we'll see. We'll see how this translates after year one. It's always a buzz, right? When Candace came to the league, it was like, oh shit, Candace is coming. There's a buzz initially.
People forget that.
Then it kind of dies down after that, after you get into WNBA.
There was a buzz for whole school.
Right. And it reverts back to college because college is continuous. You got Juju this year, you're gonna have somebody next year. It's always some phenom.
You got Sarah Strong coming to UConn.
You feel what I'm saying? Like there's always some kind of phenom coming in the college game, and the draw and the following but behind the college game ain't just about Juju or a particular player. It's the university. People are fans of I'm a Duke fan. I'm going to be a Duke fan if Zion is there, if Zion is not there. You know what I mean? I might be a bigger fan following that particular player, but when they go, my fandom doesn't stop for this particular team. And that's the draw you have with college. And the WNBA, maybe they got to ride that Caitlin Clark thing. Maybe she can be their Mike, to get that interest in the league as a whole. Right.
And be the golden goose that probably can take the league national, and hopefully Nike just signed Caitlin Clark, 8-figure deal, signature shoe. There's only 3 active WNBA players with the sneaker deal. That is Caitlin Clark now with Nike, Sabrina Ionescu with Nike, and Breanna Stewart with Puma. There's been a lot of backlash and, people complaining that Aja Wilson has yet to sign a signature shoe deal. And she's the MVP and reigning finals MVP and champion of the WNBA. Do you think it's unfair that Caitlin Clark has a shoe deal before arguably the best player in the entire league?
It's not about fair. It's business, right? Like there was a time where Tim Duncan was the best player in the world. Ain't nobody buying no Tim Duncan sneakers.
Nobody.
You know what I mean? Like that's what it comes down to. I don't know. I mean, Aja seems to have a bubbly personality, so I don't know why she wouldn't have, because she does have a big personality.
Great personality. She is a fan favorite in the league. She's a New York Times best-selling author.
She plays in Vegas, which is probably their biggest market right now.
Facts. It is.
So I don't know why she doesn't have one, but it's not a fair or unfair thing. Caitlin Clark is hot right now. She's going to sell sneakers. Of course you're going to give her a deal. It's not about.
I'm about to say you going to cop?
I'm definitely not copying. Definitely not copying. But I'm just saying is that I get why you would
Did you think that's what he was going to say?
0% chance if you ever see me some Caitlin Clark.
If I get those size 15 Caitlin Clark, it's like, they weren't going to make them my size. That's insane.
Right. Never happened ever. But, you know what I mean? It's not about a fair or unfair thing.
If they fire, though?
If they fire, I will hooping them. I'm definitely hooping them.
What if the Caitlin Clarks are fine? This is Nike we talking about here.
I got some J's that his daughter designed.
Oh shit!
They was a women release, but they was Jordan 11s. They was his daughter designed them.
Yeah,
I got them, and I thought they hard to me.
Okay.
But so I mean, it's not like I said, it's not about I like this person. I don't think it's about black or white or nothing like that. I think it's just Caitlin Clark is hot right now. So I think when Juju come out, she's gonna get a sneaker deal. It's not gonna be about, oh, she's a 10-year vet and she got 5 championships. Juju's only a rookie. Juju hot right now. She got millions of followers. She can sell shoes.
Let it be known and on record. I'm copping.
The Jujus?
I'm copping the Jujus. The Juju ones, I'm copping.
That's a good name, too. She got a good nickname. She got a good name.
And the Caitlin Clark's like, oh, dude, you got the new CCs? Like, you can, like, try to, like, do it off, but it ain't gonna work. You got the new Clarks.
If they fire, I'm getting them.
Yeah.
Listen, girls who hoop are going to grab them.
And you also kind of look at this, pure business. Like, if the WNBA for the longest time hasn't been looked at as we all like, no, it doesn't really get a lot of fanfare. They're like, yeah, but there is becoming a market, which we know companies will see, and then just like whatever they can do to amp that up and get into a new market and get more people to buy.
Right.
I think they got something in play now, right? Which they probably should have did before, like, because you've had superstars. They just didn't throw that energy behind them. They're throwing the energy behind Caitlin, and maybe she could be the one to create that buzz. And now you got Juju coming behind her. You got other great players coming behind her. Next thing you know, you got that following because you follow those players.
It's great for Paige because Paige is coming next year. You got Juju coming in a couple more years, and then you got the class behind that. You got Sarah Strong coming. You got Madison Booker is in the same class with Juju. Then you got the girls that's in high school right now, Kalina Smith, Jersey Robinson. You got great players coming down the line that's going to see a lot of good paydays because of what's happening right now in the women's game. And I think that's great because I've been a fan of a women's game for a long time. You've been a fan of the women's game for a long time. So it's dope to see. I was like, yo, why is she getting all the attention? Why is that happening? All that stuff. But I'm not on it anymore because I love the women's game. I'm just glad it's happening, period.
I don't like that it is, oh my God, she has revolutionized the game.
Because she has.
There's been players before her who are better.
That would smoke her boots.
Maya, you got Meek. Candace might be, she might not have, I don't know if she had the GOAT career in regards to after she got to the league, but in regards to talent, Candace might be the best ever.
She is.
And so to say Caitlin has, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to attach all this stuff to her so she can lead the WNBA.
And I'm cool with it.
I don't like that in regards to, oh, she is this, and we've seen better.
She ain't. Stewie will smoke her boots. Maya Moore will smoke her boots. The prime Diana Taurasi smoke her boots. Meek, oh my God, can't hold Meek. Are you kidding me? Candace Parker was doing. Remember that reel I posted? Candace Parker highlights. She was doing shit I ain't seen a woman do since.
Meek, Candace and Meek was kind of like similar in regards to the inside outside. I can guard on the block, I can defend on the perimeter, both sides of the ball, top tier. Like Candace just 6'4". Candace was special. I forget.
Candace
people forget how
special.
tough Candace was.
Candace is unbelievable.
Anyway, Candace got two or
Candace
three.
Got two in college. Technically 3 in the WNBA.
2.2.
Oh, the only WNBA player in history, Rookie of the Year, MVP, same season.
Listen, I'm a Tennessee Vol. Yeah, I mean, I root for everything come out of there.
She was super special. We headed into the fourth quarter. Stephen A said if LeBron James gets past Denver in the first round and goes on to win a championship, he really can't have too much of an argument if somebody says that LeBron James is the GOAT.
First of all, he's already the GOAT.
Facts.
But I hate when they do shit like that. Let's put this in. We're gonna create something that we know. If LeBron wins the next 3 chips, if he goes undefeated next year, I'll have to concede. If he go 82-0 and 16-0 in the playoffs, I'll have to concede he's the greatest.
You don't like that?
Yo,
here's why I like it.
I like it because it's it's possible he could beat Denver, and there's
Okay.
a path for him to get it done.
Okay.
But it's unrealistic. Yo, the dude is in year 20, was it 21?
Right,
year
right.
20,
21,
whatever.
39
To
years old.
say, yo, go beat them and go win 16 games and win an NBA championship at this point and be the best player. We've never seen anybody do it
Mhm.
at this stage. And to say, oh, that's what you need to do to be the GOAT. That's a lie.
Here's
man.
why I love it, because that's a hater's way of telling me he's already there. That's their way. That's their way to deflect. Give me an impossible task because you already know I'm here. I've been at the doorstep. I ain't knocking. I've already walked in the living room.
Right.
I'm here. So now you try to make it look like if he does this, and this, what you know he probably can't do at this stage, then you'll give it to him. That means he's already been crowned.
And you know what's crazy? This ain't the first time they did it. I remember when they had when he took Clarkson to them to the finals, and I remember Chuck was like, "Well, if he can beat this Golden State team with this team, I might have to crown him the greatest player."
It's goofy.
Yeah,
shit.
go beat the greatest team ever assembled with Clarkson and Wash Darren Williams.
Oh, super washed Darren Williams.
Yo, go beat them without Kyrie in the NBA final. Yeah, come
One
on.
day we got to have a segment about that because that's unbelievable how he took that Brooklyn money and just turned to shit.
He was horrible. And it was crazy. Was like he was really that dude.
Really, that
He was
dude.
really that.
When remember the matchup used to be Darren Williams versus Chris Paul, and Darren Williams used to destroy prime Chris Paul.
Because he could do everything Chris Paul could do in regards to handing the ball out, but he was a killer. He was a killer. Like I'm giving you this 30 piece.
What happened? Like, yo, I remember you said I was tripping, and we're gonna get back to the topic. I remember I was telling you, yo, they got Darren Williams and Joe Johnson in the backcourt. They got Brook Lopez, who is an all-star, and now they got Paul Pierce and Kevin Durant. They might have a shot.
They was all washed.
All washed, all mid.
All washed.
God damn, how is Brook Lopez better 15 years later than he was then?
I will say this. I remember when it finally matched up where we got unlucky and got him in the first round. I was like, fuck. This is gonna be great. They want us too. Like they wanted them. They wanted Miami that year. They wasn't ducking that smoke. They wanted Miami.
And the matchup was there. It
And they
was
got
there.
smoked.
They
Wasn't
got
it 4-1?
4-1. 4-1 was bad. One of those games, Bron put 46 on Paul Pierce.
Little masterpiece.
Do you think this will be used as if it doesn't go LeBron's way, right? Do you think they'll be like, see, he's not the GOAT?
Yeah.
And then that's basically his canary in the coal
Bron is
mine.
at that point in his illustrious all-time great GOAT career that nothing positive ascends his career, but everything negative knocks it down a peg or two.
Which is how you know. Yeah, which
That's
is like the
exactly-
signal that
that's
is like
exactly how you know.
because
Isn't it like last year should have helped? You
Tremendously.
You got to the conference finals, but all you heard was, well, he got swept in it. He ain't get it done again.
Here's why.
Like LeBron got one of those careers. Like, sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you,
you cool.
but if say last year he did get to the finals, right,
Mhm.
and they lost, they would kill him. Like if this year, say he goes through this gauntlet and knocks off Denver, knocks off KD and Book and Bradley Beal, gets to the conference final, knocks off Kawhi, and then lose to Boston in 7.
right.
Another finals loss. He's horrible. He can't be the GOAT with 8 finals losses.
My GOAT would never.
Yeah, that's what they would do to him. They would
My
kill him.
GOAT would never.
Insane.
But here's why. Like it should have been another notch under his belt, because you remember in that second round they matched up with the Warriors, and the whole narrative was whoever wins this matchup is the GOAT of this generation. Once Steph lost, you ain't hear shit about that narrative no more.
About it. Brian missed the playoffs. Wait, if Brian was in Golden State right now, that was his scenario, they would be killing me. How could you? My GOAT would never do no shit like this. You ain't heard a peep about
Hold on.
Steph, you
Hold on.
talk about Clay, you talk about Draymond, you talk
Yeah.
about the coach.
Facts.
You don't say shit about Steph.
We have a lot of people who watch this show in the Bay. How are y'all feeling? Shout out to my boy Nuff Said, DC Urban, Joe Hill, all y'all cats out in the Bay. What's happening? Y'all was asleep a long time. My TL was kind of, you know what I mean? My TL was dead once y'all got knocked out of the postseason. I mean, I'm gonna check on y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a call individually, see how y'all doing, because y'all ain't doing too much talking. That's crazy. No, nothing is being said. Like, he's not being held accountable for nothing. I know Clay had the offer. I know he had 0 points, which is wow.
That's wild.
I know that. I know Draymond punched the shit out of Jordan Poole, messed up the whole chemistry, got him shipped to the Wizards. He ain't been the same since. They won 15 games for the whole season. They ass like Wiggins. I don't know what the hell's going on with Wiggins.
Nigga sweet. He's sweet, man. He's sweet, man.
You standing on
I'm
that?
standing on. I don't like no crybaby shit, man. You a
He
rich,
hasn't been necessarily crying.
you a rich basketball. You crying when you sitting out games and you ain't hurt.
He's heartbroken.
Man, ain't nobody trying to hear you rich, man. Yo, Neil. I always got to tap in with Neil. Yo, Neil, you rich, right?
Right. Okay. This is a
Somebody
big fantasy.
Somebody break
Okay.
up with you or somebody cheat on you. You gonna be out. You gonna figure it out, right?
Yeah.
You might be heartbroken a little bit, but
Sure.
I'm rich and I'm famous. I'm a basketball player.
Before you answer
I
that
got girls
question,
tapping in all the time.
before you answer that question, Bird's heart is attached to his money.
Yeah.
If he's
True.
if he's financially stable, nothing bothers
I can
him too much.
figure it out. That's all I'm saying.
He's not
I
like
can figure it. Yo, if I'm fucked up financially, then you leave me like, damn.
See,
what am I
see what
gonna-
I see what
what
I
am
said?
I gonna do?
You see what I
But
just said?
I'm rich.
Yeah.
And not on top of rich. I'm famous.
Mm.
I'm gonna be all right.
People are
So Bird sitting on the sideline with a prenup is a very different Bird than not having a prenup on the sideline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Very different. Okay.
Some rich people are still human beings.
Yeah, I know.
Human being, yo, I can be hurt. You allowed to be hurt.
No, totally.
I'm a rich basketball player. I'm gonna be okay.
And stop leading the witness. Let Neil answer the question.
Go ahead, Neil.
I think I could understand. I mean, I would definitely. I think because we do comedy, because you have to perform. I think I would bury it. Just my mentality. I would
Okay,
be
that's
like, I
fair.
would like,
Yeah.
hey, it's game time. Like my
That's
team needs
true.
me. That kind of thing. Like I'm living for. Yes, I'm hurting right now. Whatever, but
I understand
I'm gonna
that.
perform. So I agree with you. Like, yo, turn it on. Let's go.
I'm gonna be all right.
Comics do have I agree with you, but comics just have this tremendous ability to tunnel vision and listen, and they can turn their shit life into comedy to make those people laugh. Wiggins can't do that. He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
So he can turn his angst and his problems into fuel to perform well on the basketball court, but we have a different responsibility.
True.
Like our pain, for the most part, is our story that makes the people laugh.
True. Oh yeah, I feel like though, if you're playing basketball at a high level and you've been doing it for so long, that's your passion, right? There's got to be something there about this is your like place you go to escape, right? Like this is this is where you go to work. This is where you go.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe was about to go to jail. Kobe played like if I don't win this game, I'm going to jail.
Listen, you make $40 million a year.
Y'all said Bird back to the
Just
money.
keep right back to the money. He's like, what?
Neil, you
Neil.
make $40 million
Listen,
a year.
I agree with you. I get it.
Anybody who wants to leave me, so be
Look at Dame. Look at Dame. Dame got Dame was worth $200 million.
I don't
Dame
give-
going through a divorce,
Listen.
and Dame ain't been Dame like that all season.
Right.
Dame.
I love Red.
Suck it up. You making 40, 50.
So
Dame
it
might be
don't
making
matter.
close to 50
And
million
so,
a year.
Like, yo, these guys
I'm
can't
going
have
to-
a heart.
I can be hurt.
These
But
guys
in the
can't
back
feel.
of my mind, I'm like, I'm worth it.
These guys can't feel. If you're in a certain tax bracket, you're not allowed to be a human being, according to Raymond Byrd.
That for a normal human being, right? A normal human being. I got a job or whatever the case may be. I don't care what happens in my life. If I don't go do what I need to go do, I'm gonna have even more problems.
Security,
I'm gonna be
right.
heartbroken and I'm gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You play basketball. You know what I mean? I'm a normal human being have other things to worry
So
about.
they're not supposed to care.
I'm not saying you can't care. I'm just saying is that the path to you getting over it is a lot easier.
I mean, did she break up with him in the locker room, dude? Like, what the fuck are we supposed to say here, dude? Yo, it's game time. Fucking get your game face on.
I dig that. I understand.
Yeah.
Me, I paid to play basketball to get away from my shit.
Yeah.
So like listen.
It's human beings. It does suffer.
Hoop Wiggins, hoop Dame. I dig all that. But you can cry when you go home.
Yeah, be in your feelings. You don't even got no reason to be in your feelings because you got bad
That's
Jones.
that's
You
bullshit.
got bad Jones in your DM all crazy.
I'm not joking.
You wipe these tears away.
Ray makes me feel like he could be like married to a woman for 25 years, at a dinner with her. They got kids, and she's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he goes like, cool, and just walks away.
He
is just a stone cold
because he got $25
robot.
million.
You can control what you can control. Yeah, I mean,
Shit
I
crazy.
can't
That's
control
Terminator.
another human being.
That shit crazy. This guy got heart of stone, bro. This guy don't give a fuck.
I got these. I
He's a
got
true
these
bird,
M's.
dude. Birds don't have feelings, bro.
I'm gonna be okay. I got these M's. I'm gonna be all right.
They don't. We are headed into. I won.
No, that's not fine.
That's the final.
He tallied the fourth
score.
up.
It's the score I see.
Yo, read.
All right, so I was distracted. Here's what it is. I was distracted, but I have Bird at 84.
Yeah.
And I got Bryant. This is before we got to the convo, I will say, which is not on topic technically, but Brian's at 87 and Bird's at 84.
Yeah.
But that's tough. I know. I got distracted. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. That's what it is. But damn,
Like I said, we heading into the OT.
that was a really good game, though.
It's great.
That was
a great game. It's a
I-
great game. Salute to my guy Ray I had to carry him this week. Heading into the OT. I don't know if Ray really wants to talk about this. I know he gets frustrated with the state of hip hop these days. I was talking to a friend to the show, Saquon, and I told him like, "Yo, bro, we just spoiled. We're spoiled. We were kids. We were little kids when The Bridge Is Over and LL Cool J was going at Kumo D and all that stuff. We was kids then. We became teenagers when everybody was going at it in the 90s, Big and Pac hit them up. We heard No Vaseline in the 90s, all that stuff. Then we become young adults and we hear Takeover, and we hear Ether, we hear Kiss, we hear Beans, we hear all this stuff. And in between that, LL Cool J, Cannabis, all great legendary battles, right? So we fast forward to 2024. We got Drake, we got Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole is bowed out. We got Breezy, Chris Brown against Quavo. We got Drake versus every damn body. And you don't think that any of this shit is up to par with your musical taste?
I think this shit is trash, man. I think it's all people be gassing shit up, right? When before Cole bowed out, right? You heard his take, the little 7-minute drill, whatever that shit was called. Initially, it was like, oh shit, did you hear that, Cole? That shit was mid. The shit Drake put out now, everybody loves, right? With the drop and give me 50, that shit is mid. The hardest shit out. And I'm not saying that it's great. The Chris Brown shit is harder than any of that shit. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that it's great. I'm not saying that he had no crazy punchlines or no quotables in there. I'm just saying in regards to, yo, I don't fuck with you and I'm going at you. That felt like a diss record. It felt like there was some energy behind that. This shit, Drake just put that AI shit out to try to, like he's smart. He got a team behind him, and it's well thought out, right? I'm a desensitize everything that you can say about. Oh, you going to say I like Young Jones, so I'm gonna throw that out there right now to try to desensitize it. So when you say it, it only got the same same bite behind it.
He was chilling
That
with
shit was corny. Pac would never work with you because you sweet. You know what I mean? Like this shit is.
Why do people automatically assume that though?
Cause I saw what you look like before you turned into the dude with the beard and all that. I say you sweet because you paint your nails and you wear barrettes in the back of your on the end of your braids. Like that's you sweet.
Pac had a nose ring and he sat in the tub butt ass naked with nothing but chains on.
I was about to say, Pac was like a theater dude.
I can't
Pac
get a pass for that. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I saw you on Degrassi.
You know, Pac was an actor too, right?
I get what you're saying.
He was on a different world.
I'm just saying is that my man has transformed from the guy we saw, as you should, right? From where he started to where he is at now.
Mad props for that.
But this don't feel like hip hop. You know what I mean? And we
So
still waiting on Kendrick. Maybe Kendrick's sitting on that shit. Maybe he's sitting on exactly what we looking for.
A nuke.
Right, yeah, maybe he's sitting on that shit and he just waiting for the perfect time to drop that joint. You know what I mean? It would be smart because Drake is throwing a lot of bullshit out there to try to egg him on or give him something.
The AI shit is complete trash.
Trash is corny. That's corny.
But he does have another song that just came out.
Yeah, what's the song?
The Taylor something freestyle where he's going at Kendrick again.
Oh, this shit is. I haven't heard that, so I'm not gonna comment on that.
It just dropped. It'd be hard to hear it. It just came out.
While we was here.
I think while we was on our way here, or right before we was coming to the studio. I didn't hear it yet, but I heard it just dropped.
And you see a reaction to it?
I saw a couple reactions to it. You know how there's Drake fans,
right?
So people like Drake talking that shit. He won't let up. It's been what I'll say about Drake is, I'm at you.
Oh yeah, geez.
I'm at you. Like here it is. Like yo, I'm at that. That's the Pac shit. I think that's it. But he got something called Taylor something. It's called Taylor Freestyle. Yeah, Taylor made freestyle. Something like that.
I think this is the lyrics.
And
right? Or
first it's a so that's all the same thing. It's a Pac verse, it's a Snoop verse, and then it's a Drake verse. So the Drake verse is what people are talking about. The actual Drake verse after the AI Pac and the AI Snoop. Okay, so it's not the same thing. My bad.
Trash.
It's all the same thing. It's not a separate. My bad. I'm sorry.
No,
trash.
I'll pull it up.
Kendrick, I hope he's sitting on something. I hope he got that nuke and he just fine tuning it before he let that thing come out. Because everything I've heard up to right now is trash. And maybe Kendrick gives us some trash too. I could care less. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of either. You know what I mean? I probably listen to more Drake music than I do of Kendrick music. You know what I mean? Not a big Drake fan, but I listen to his music. He put that shit out. I'm gonna give him his credit. But right now, in regards to hip hop, in regards to what we used to, I don't think we spoiled. These are the expectations.
We definitely spoiled.
These are the expectations. We go to war. Pusha didn't spoil us. Pusha gave us he delivered.
Pusha's from that we're spoiled era.
He delivered. Yo, we going to war. This is what you get.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lower my bar because it's 2024. This is what war looked like. This is what when we going at it. This is what it's supposed to look like.
At the point when it dropped, The Bridge Is Over was the greatest diss record of all time. At the point when it dropped, No Vaseline was the greatest diss record of all time. At the point when it dropped, Hit 'Em Up was the most scathing diss record of all time. At the point when LL and Cannabis when that second round knockout is a fucking classic.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Like Ice Cube was undefeated in the battle shit until he went up against Common. The bitching you is crazy. He got at the guy that was unbeatable at battles and beat him. Common did that. Like, it would be no blemish on Cube's record if not for Common. Like, all this shit is classic. Even stuff that went, like, I guess that's underrated, like the DJ Quick shit going at Dollars and Cents, going at MC8. That shit was crazy. Like, it's so many classic diss records. So yeah, bro, we were spoiled.
But I'm just saying, I mean, it's a standard. This is what it looked like when we go to war.
Okay.
We don't like each other. Me and B don't like each other. You put out a song, I put out a song.
My shit gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be mid, but
my shit gonna be wild,
super mid.
crazy.
Production's gonna be trash.
Crazy. Production gonna be crazy. Bars gonna be top fucking tier. I'm getting at you
all
crazy.
Lies.
Yo, it's gonna get to the point where you gonna want to fight.
It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be horrible. But
bars gonna be there.
But what I'm saying is that I'm not lowering what my standards are. This shit that Drake has given us has been made. I don't think it's great. I think it's average. You know what I mean? And I think Chris Brown has put the best beef song out of all of them.
Yeah, you think he said this when we talked?
He went
about
at it.
Yeah.
Like, he went, I don't like you. I don't fuck with you. And this is where we at.
Genuine dislike.
It felt like something.
They don't like. If I see you and it ain't no money on the line, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. That's what type time Chris Brown on.
Right.
It ain't about rap. Like you gonna get a certain type of heat, a certain type of energy when it's I really don't like you. Pac ain't like Big. When I see you, it's on sight.
The way Drake talking, he don't like Kendrick. It seemed like he's sitting. I heard he is sitting on some other shit where he about to talk about his wife. He about to talk about some very personal things. That's what I'm hearing that he's sitting on. That's why he trying to egg him on that he dropped that other shit.
All right, Jay Prince, I need you to step in and stop that. Just like you stopped the Pusha T shit.
I'm just saying, I heard he's sitting on some more personal things
I don't think
Drake, he is going to say.
I don't think Drake even built like that to do that. Please don't do that. Because you're going to get slumped.
He's not getting, no one's ever going to touch anybody. They're too big. No one's touching anybody. It's going to stay musically. That's all it is. Chris Brown and Quavo is music. It's never going to turn into us doing anything to each other.
It could have been. It definitely.
They sat right next to each other. If it was that, right? Could Big and Pac sit next to each other? I don't care what you paid me to sit next to him.
Yo, Quavo's Takeoff died. Takeoff got shot and killed. You can't get touched.
I'm just saying they did not that. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not because I don't know the details.
Right.
I don't think it was that. That was.
I'm just saying
it wasn't a build. It wasn't a build of like, you know what I mean. That was a.
I'm just saying they not so far out of the stratosphere that they can't be.
You're not
seen
touching
and
Drake. You're not touching Drake.
Yeah.
You're not touching Kendrick. They're not getting into a fist fight. They're not shooting each other. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be music. So you have an opportunity to give us music. It seemed like Drake is ready to tap into that next level what we want. He waiting for Kendrick to give him something.
Do you think he's capable?
I think he already got it ready. I don't know if it's a great song. I'm not co-signing that as an ether or nothing like that. But I think he got more personal things he wants to say. He just waiting for Kendrick to give him something to say it to.
What if Kendrick dropped a nuke before Drake even got the chance? It
might not matter.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It might not matter, but I think Drake, I've already given you my selection. People say they like it. I'm up right now. I'm waiting for you. If it ends right now, most people would say Drake won, right?
Yeah.
Kendrick has to give us something. I think Drake thinks that he's sitting on a nuke.
I'm thinking no matter what happens, Drake said it first. What is this? 20v1? It's 20 people versus one dude.
I think the other stuff really don't matter. The raw selection doesn't matter. If anyone else says anything, it does. If Meek came out of nowhere and put a song out, it wouldn't matter. If the only people matter in this are Kendrick and Drake.
Meek can't say nothing. Meek is fighting for his name right now. Meek can't do nothing. Your rap is sullied right now, my boy.
But I'm just saying, all that 20 verse 1 shit don't mean shit because they don't matter.
It does matter.
I could have cared less what Ross would have said in that shit. It could have been hard. I don't care. I care about Kendrick versus Drake.
It makes Drake look like Batman. You sending all these goons at me, and it's just me. Or it makes him seem more like that dude. Like I'm the guy.
Said before when we had our conversation, Kendrick getting at him gave everybody enough courage to say how they really felt.
And that's corny too.
It's all corny. It's all corny. But I want Kendrick.
Kendrick ain't corny.
I want Kendrick to
I won't tolerate any Kendrick slander. Kendrick got
you taking your time with this.
Man, y'all kill me with that shit.
It better be hard.
That hurry up and put out a diss record shit. Miss me with that. because it takes the best records that ever came out dissing somebody came out months after the initial shot. Takeover came out in September. Ether didn't come out until December on Jay-Z's birthday.
What I am saying is that you got a lot of shit going on, right? You initiated this shit. You threw your verse on the joint. That's how we hear, right?
Uh-huh.
Took forever for Drake to say something. Cole gave you the bullshit. Drake gives you a joint. Drake gives you another. Drake is throwing shots. He want shots. He want the smoke.
He want the smoke.
I'm assuming that you had to be ready, right? Like I threw the shot. I said something about I get on stage and you do your comedy shit and I go in there and I shit on you. I shit on you first. You assume I'm ready, right? You respond. You expecting me to respond, right? You went first.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Give me my shit. Kendrick, give me my music.
And all right, I don't think that's a good analogy because in the field of comedy, it could be instant. You can go up there and do your 15, your 10, 15 on Neil, and Neil could go right up, depending on what the lineup is, or if Neil the host or whatever, he could get right back on stage and get right back at you. Music is different.
Neil goes on stage and he shits on you, right? He on a totally different stage than you are. It gets back to you. Yo, Neil went crazy.
I'm doing the special.
You go. I'm just saying. You're responding, right? You're not going to do a show, another show with your normal material. You're going to address that shit immediately, right?
This has happened to me. I've heard I heard somebody say, "Yo, somebody's talking about you across the bridge." I'm at the tap room. They came to me and said, "Yo, so-and-so's talking shit about you." I went right up on stage and said my shit immediately.
As you should.
But it's comedy, though. It's different.
You're not going. Kendrick threw the first shot. I'm not saying rush nothing. I want you to be ready.
Take your time, dog.
I want you to get at him. By now, you should be ready.
Take your time.
By now, you should be ready.
And by the way, any of y'all want smoke? Y'all don't want nothing. Y'all, when I grab the mic, y'all don't want none of that.
Listen, y'all.
All y'all comedians out there, y'all punk ass, soft ass comedians, y'all don't want none of that smoke with me because I got jokes and I can fight.
Here you
y'all don't want none of that.
Golly.
I'm just putting it out there, bro, just in case.
Keep it on the mic, man. Ain't nobody got, ain't no fisticuffs needed, man.
I'm itching.
Keep it on the mic, man.
Itching to whoop somebody's ass.
Keep it on the mic, man.
I'm itching to whoop some comic ass. They be slick on the low. They be saying a little slick shit on the low. I'll beat your ass out here.
Listen, man, I want Kendrick to do him dirty.
Facts.
I want him to do him dirty. Get him out of here. It's taking you a long time.
It's not taking him a long time. The shit, push-ups came out last week. What are we talking about?
You went first.
Nas went first.
Drake has given us more music.
Nas went first. Is he H to the M-O, M to the Izzo?
That shit was trash.
And then Jay-Z came with Takeover. And well, actually, Jay-Z threw the first shot. Asked Nas, he don't want it with Hov. That's Summer Jam. Then Nas came out with that.
And that shit was trash.
And then
Hov threw the second verse out. Takeover. I mean, I'm gonna say this, and it's very unpopular.
Here we
very
go.
Unpopular.
Oh,
Takeover is a better song than Ether. If Takeover followed Ether, I think we'd be looking at this shit a little different. And if Hov had took Takeover and gave all of that to just Nas, it would be different.
I don't have a problem with that. He just
spread that shit out, you know,
because he had beef with everybody.
Yeah, it was like with Drake doing. He spread that shit out and went out to everybody. If he had just focused all his energy on Nas on that joint, and that joint followed Ether, we'd be looking at that shit completely different.
If it was a fifth, I'd be drunk. This has been High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. Yo, tune into the playoffs, man. Yo, hit us up on our social medias. Let y'all know. Let us know what you think of our picks. Are we right? Are we wrong? Are we bugging? Let us know. And I read the comments.
I won't know.
Ray don't. He don't read none of that shit.
I won't know what y'all say. I don't get it for that.
I tell him what y'all say. We'll catch y'all on Wednesday. Later. If you're going to a baby shower and you need a gift, I have the perfect solution for you. Go to Honeybee Cakes on Macari. Honeybee Cakes specializes in affordable diaper cakes. They make the perfect gift for the new addition to the fam. Search Honeybee Cakes on Macari today. Hey everybody, this is Brian Isley, comedian extraordinaire, asking you guys to download Logo, the Isley album, and Uno, the One Take album. I have 3 albums. They're all on Spotify. They're all on iTunes. They're all on Tidal. Streaming well right now, but I need more support. I need you guys to go and download these albums, man. Download Logo, Laugh or Get Offended. Download the Isley album and download Uno, the One Take album. And they are available where you stream all your music. They're hilarious because I made them. So download these albums today and get your laugh on.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of Drop 10 Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to drop10.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see Drop 10 on. We appreciate it. Go to drop10.com now.
I'ma have to tie my Nikes for this one. I'ma go for like a quadruple double. We playing a game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. If fortune favors the bold, that's why I keep on just winning. If timing is just the essence, then I'ma keep on just spending. I'm worth a couple of bucks, shout out to Antetokounmpo. Dropping in b-ball facts that's seeping into your glucose. Advising like Tony Kukoc, we getting into it mucho. Directing all these plays like my name was Tony Russo. Ballin', that's how we do, so I'm going in for the win. Penetrate the lane like we way back in 2010. I'm stomping straight in my Timbs. The basics just like I'm Tim. I'm dunking on you haters. A poster is where you live. It's magic all in my wrist. That Curry, we going swish. It's showtime like the 80s. Basketball is where we live. I'm highly gifted and skilled. I'm going in for the kill. The game is on the line. Raymond Byrd, hey, yo, what's the deal? Pass it to Brian Isley. I bet he probably surprised me. High IQ basketball is a show and it's not a hobby. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.